Hello all, this is my part 2 video for the topic operator precedence. Right, so this is the second step where the operator precedence is performed with precedence relation. Right, so what is precedence relation? We are going to apply this precedence relations with two rules. Rule number one, right? This rule is dollar, this is called as trailing symbol. That is, this symbol represents less than dot. That is a trailing symbol, small a, for all leading of yes. Number one. Again, small b, this is trailing symbol, right? This is trailing symbol. This symbol represents dollar for all trailing of yes. Why we have taken this yes here? What is this yes? Leading of yes. We have leading of yes as well as trailing of yes. The leading of yes stands a start symbol in a given grammar. You can check it. The previous video, the given grammar, you can check it. There is a start symbol. That start symbol has to be applied with this particular rule, right? Second rule. Second rule here you can find it. If any of this given grammar is matching in this way, say for example, if capital A, that is a non-terminal on the left hand side, points to a terminal and a non-terminal, right? So if any grammar, any given grammar protection rule represents in this way, then we need to perform X leading A, right? X leading A. This X leading A in the sense X represents the terminal and the small a represents whatever there inside this particular non-terminal. So we are going to find the leading. So leading of this B. B below B, if any values which is a non-terminal value, any value, you take that value and apply leading, then this is the answer. X leading A. Second thing, if any given grammar, the protection rule in this way, say for example, if a non-terminal on the left hand side points to a non-terminal and a terminal. So this is quite reverse here. So if any grammar, any protection in the grammar in this form, then B trailing X. So this is the way we need to perform, right? I'll tell you how exactly it is performed. What is the heart of this particular step number 2 is, first step, we have performed leading and trailing. So we need to be very careful in finding leading and trailing, right? So now we have applied this rule number 1 for all leading of yes. So this is leading of yes. What is leading of yes? We have equal to ID and asterisk, right? So now you can find this is small a. Okay, so what is dollar? Dollar is a rule which is applicable here. This small a is here. So how many small a values are we have? Equal to ID and asterisk. So apply that for with this dollar. Now dollar leading a is initially represents as equal to, this is a, and after that it represents ID, after that it represents asterisk. You can find here. So leading of yes is equal to all the values is taken as small a and it is applied in this particular rule. I hope you understand. The similar way we need to find for trailing of yes. We have answers for this already. We know what is trailing of yes. Again, trailing of s is equal to ID and asterisk. Altogether we are going to take it as a small b, right? So we have a rule here, b trailing dollar. So dollar will be repeated for all the values of b. So how many b's, how many terminal term we have in b? 3 terminal term, equal to asterisk, sorry, ID and asterisk. So take that and apply. Equal to, this is also b, ID is a b and asterisk is a b. So all these values has been applied and we found two different aspects of applying rule number 1. So let me take you to the rule number 2. What is rule number 2? I was explaining you about previously. Any given grammar with this particular protection rule, that is in this particular form, capital A, that is a non-terminal, points to a first terminal and a non-terminal in a given grammar. Now I found this. In this particular given grammar, S tends to L is equal to R. We are going to find a maximum matching. So the first terminal here is equal to and second non-terminal here it is B. So X is equal to and capital B is R, right? Okay, so now after taking this particular value, now I found this. Say for example, here you can say it S tends to L is equal to R. So now we have a production part here. I'll tell you how exactly it is happening. You can see here S tends to L is equal to R. So I applied this R is called as capital B. This equal to is called as small x. Okay. This B. What is this B? Leading of R. Below this we have a non-terminal. What is leading of R? Leading of R we have the values called asterisk comma ID. So we have already found this too, asterisk and ID. So this value we are going to call it as small a, because we need to apply that particular thing. If it finds then x leading a, this is the rule. We need to apply this. A small a, whatever the value you have in this leading value, that is a small a, asterisk and ID. What is x? X is representing equal to, right? How does it happens? So here it is. This is x. This equal to is x. So equal to, this is called as leading symbol asterisk. Asterisk, where it is asterisk? This is a. So a have two values. Initially it is asterisk. After that it is id. So again equal to leading symbol id. I hope you understand this. Let me take you to the next part of it. Right. So again we are going to take one more thing for the first particular rule itself. Right. What is that? You can change here. I told you already we are going to look for the maximum match. So L tends to asterisk R. So here also we have a terminal term and a non-terminal term. Again it is applying for rule number 1. Right. Below X we have asterisk. Below B we have R. So we need to take leading of R. What is leading of R? You found the value leading of R is asterisk comma ID. Right. So now you find this R. So R is going to represent in this given gram, in this particular rule, as small a. Right. So what is X here? X is represents as asterisk. Now we are going to perform this particular rule here. The rule is capital small x leading a. We know what is a. All the values of asterisk and id. We have this. We know what is x. X represents asterisk here. So take this and apply, then you found the answer. We have two values for a, so this left hand side value will repeated for 2 times. So x is asterisk. So here it is x is asterisk. This is leading symbol. Initially a is asterisk. Again asterisk, leading symbol, a is called as id. So this is the second most matching method we have in this particular rule number 1. So applying rule number 2. That is, after this, A tends to Bx. That means first a non-terminal, after a terminal. So this is the rule. So we have one more part we have in this particular given grammar. That is, S tends to L is equal to R. So you can find it as B is small capital L and X is equal to. Right. So in this term, we need to take the trailing. So leading has been over here. We need to perform a trailing. So if any given production rule in this grammar, any given rule is matching with this part, that is S tends to, I will write clearly here, Bx. First non-terminal term, this is a non-terminal, again this is a terminal term here. So we need to take this and approach. So S tends to L is equal to R. This is B. So below B what we have? L. So what we have to take? Trailing of L. Right. So what is trailing of L? Trailing of L is equal to id comma asterisk. So this is what we have already found. Then we have. So what is x here? X represents equal to. Yeah. By applying this value, now we found this particular thing. That is, we know what is b and we know what is x. So x is equal to, yes, is the value we have, equal to, and we have b. Small b represents id comma asterisk. So we are going to apply this particular path over here. What is this? B trailing x. So b we have id and asterisk and x we have equal to. So x will be in this right hand side, b values will be this. That is called as trailing. id trailing equal to asterisk trailing equal to. So this is how this trailing has been performed. Okay, so let me take you to the next step. The most important step you can find here, it is parsing a table, right? So this step is the most important and we can say heart of step number 4, that is step number 3. So here it is very simple actually. As you all know, we are going to draw a simple parsing table so that you will understand how does this works? So we are going to take all the terminals values, whatever we found for leading and trailing of capital S, all the non-terminal values. So these are all the values we have. Number one, that is asterisk, and number two, we have equal to. All the terminal times alone we are going to take. We have ID, and finally we have dollar also, right? So write the same thing vertically as well as horizontally. Asterisk, and then equal to, and followed by ID, and followed by dollar. Now what we have to do is we need to check what is the symbol we are getting, whether we are getting a leading symbol. This is leading, and this is the symbol. We used to call this symbol as trailing, right? So by comparing this to what symbol we are getting, we need to mention that symbol over here. If you are comparing anything and you are not getting any symbol, then it is said to be a error part. So the most important step here is this, that is a parsing table. Now I am going to check where this asterisk and asterisk is matching. Right now you are going to check whatever the values you perform with the previous step. That is, we are going to find asterisk and asterisk, right? Applying this in rule number one, we found like this, that is asterisk and asterisk. By comparing these two, we got this particular symbol. This symbol is called as leading symbol, right? So where exactly we did this? We did this in step number two. You need to see all the answers in step number two. By matching this asterisk and asterisk, we got this symbol. The symbol is called as leading. So whatever the matching symbol you got, you need to mention here. Now I am going to see asterisk and equal to. Again I am going to see this asterisk and equal to, what exactly I am matching with it, right? So asterisk is here, so equal to, we are going to match this. We got asterisk and equal to, we got trailing symbol like this. Okay, so this is trailing symbol, right? So we found this asterisk and equal to, we have compared, we found this trailing symbol, so we need to mention that particular symbol here. So I am constructing this parsing table with all the values in step number 2 alone. I am not seeing anything in step number 1, right? So after that I am taking this asterisk and comparing this ID. Okay, so asterisk and ID. So what is the symbol I got? I am comparing this asterisk, I am comparing this asterisk, and I am getting leading symbol when I match with this ID. So you can check with this previous step number 2. So whatever the symbol I am getting, that symbol has to be represented over here. Okay, so I am checking this with asterisk and dollar, right? So asterisk and dollar represents I am getting leading symbol, right? So all these values for remaining equal to ID and dollar, we need to construct in the same way by seeing the previous step. Okay, so now I'm comparing equal to and asterisk. I got leading symbol. I'm comparing equal to, I'm not getting anything, so I am going to mention it as E. E represents there is nothing has been matched, so E represent error. So I am checking again equal to and ID. I got leading symbol. Again I'm checking equal to and dollar. I got trailing symbol. Now I am going to compare ID and asterisk. I got E symbol, that is error. I have no match for ID and asterisk, and ID and equal to I have compared. I got trailing symbol. ID and ID, I got error. ID and dollar, I got trailing symbol. And the next thing is dollar and asterisk, I got leading. Dollar and equal to, I got leading. Dollar and ID, I got leading. And dollar, there is no match for dollar and dollar. I'm telling you again, this particular table is a heart of step number 4. So you need to be very careful in constructing this particular step, right? So I constructed this particular parsing table based on the previous step number 2 results. right? So this is how the step number 3 performed in operator precedence. Thank you.